Firstly, let's get the obvious out of the way. This is a video game, and thus, it must include an acceptable level of suspension of disbelief. The following examples, however, you could say, don't make a whole lot of sense. With that said, opening this list is a stylistic choice by developers. One of the many complaints regarding Resident Evil 3 Remake are the amount of unnecessary cutscenes littering the opening act. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with cutscenes, or cinematics if you'd rather be fancy.
Wesker!
Thank you.
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor.
In fact, OG Resident Evil players look forward to cutscenes.
Traitor? Who?
They're a sign of progression and are app rewards for accomplishing an objective.
Jill!
Brad!
We've got
They're also a nice way to take a small break and enjoy watching the story progress while recovering from mini arthritis.
You're saved.
And point,
Down here!
I love cutscenes. Especially when done right.
It's finally over.
So I am not referring to the live action scenes. I genuinely enjoyed those. If anything, Capcom should have doubled down and just made the rioters zombies. Alas, this is not a sense video. This is a things that do not make sense video. And it doesn't make sense when the developers decided to make a cutscene and what they left as quicktime events. For example, the notorious hold-up scenes. And just make the hold-up sequences as cutscenes and keep the Nemesis ambush as a live event. You could down the creature and then exit the apartment, or simply exit without fighting. The following hold-up always sequences should have also been cutscenes. Let me clarify that. Should have also been skippable cutscenes. The next couple of examples are a bit more innocuous. The Dario's interaction should have been skippable, whereas the zombie breaking the fence is too short and harmless. This one did not need to be a cutscene.
Come on, kill me, I'm here!
Bumping into the fence dramatically as you run past could have achieved the exact same jumpscare effect. Instead of a cutscene getting into a magically appearing car and pushing a few buttons during the garage rooftop sequence,
It's my turn,
our objective should have instead been to find an operable vehicle with which to ram the creature. The following hold down sequence should have also been a skippable cutscene, because not moving at all results in the exact same outcome. Our inaction doesn't even merit the courtesy of a death scene. That said, the blending from gameplay to cutscene and back to gameplay is so smooth and seamless, it almost makes the inclusion of so many unnecessary cutscenes forgivable. Before the cutscene fiasco, we receive a phone call from none other than our local resident chicken heart, Bradley Vickers. Nah, that was a low blow. He came back for us when it counted.
Jill, use it!
In Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Brad does not contact us. We serendipitously catch a glance of him, trace his steps during the first act, and receive information regarding the creature only after catching up to him.
Listen, he's coming for us. There's no escape.
The information he passes on to us is limited Borg.
He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
The information he passes on to Jill is limited, but organic.
He's coming for us.
We understand his familiarity with the creature. We witness and sympathize with his fear as we begin to loathe encountering the creature ourselves.
We're both gonna die.
To clarify, Brad is aware of this information because at this point in the game, he is the one currently being pursued by the creature. In Resident Evil 3 Remake, Jill also receives a call from fellow STARS officer Brad Vickers.
Is that
He
you?
warns of the creature and displays knowledge that he should not be privy to.
What was that thing?
Damned if I know. But right now it's got a hard-on for the only two STARS left in town. You and me.
See, how would he know that the creature is after him as well?
Just look around you.
Diva much?
The longer we wait, the more screwed we are.
To 3Make's credit, it does make a whole lot more sense that the creature target Jill first, as she was actually in the Spencer mansion.
We were right about this mansion being quite unnatural.
You have a way with understatements.
Classifying her as a first-hand witness to the events that transpired throughout Resident Evil 1. Whereas Brad was only present during the beginning and conclusion of the events. His testimony would at best be limited or dismissed as hearsay. Side note, some sources state that Umbrella deployed the Nemesis as revenge for the destruction of the T-002 Tyrant models that were destroyed along with the Spencer Mansion. Furthermore, this explanation can be corroborated partially by the fact that the Nemesis is named after the Greek goddess of vengeance. However, to me, and probably the majority of other Resident Evil players, it makes more sense that Nemesis was deployed to Raccoon City specifically to eliminate any surviving STARS officers who could be a threat to Umbrella, and other sources do seem to corroborate this as well, meaning it's not just me. With that said, this isn't a Nemesis deep dive, and Umbrella has been shown to be far from the most logical corporation. So, anyway, Chris, Barry, and Rebecca have all left Raccoon City by this point.
Let's continue our investigation.
Therefore, Jill, as the more credible witness and an actual investigator, should be a much higher priority to the creature than Brad. No offense, but Brad is only the team's helicopter pilot. To be fair, the misplaced order of priorities in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis does a fantastic job of building up the creature in the player's mind.
He's coming for us. He's after STARS members. There's no escape. We're both gonna die.
And in the 90s, we tended to not overanalyze every single detail. And as a matter of fact, the pod found down the street from Jill's apartment suggests that Jill is the creature's initial target. And as soon as we make it out of the apartment building, Brad catches up to us from the direction of the creature's pod location. So, how did he have time to recognize the threat?
How does she know?
And the target?
What are you hiding?
Did he discover this information from Chief Irons?
I don't have time to explain.
Oh, okay.
Brad! Here they come!
During the barrage of cutscenes taking place in a prologue, because yes, that's all a prologue until Jill leaves the redstone station.
This is where the fun begins.
Jill calls out to her fellow STARS officer Brad Vickers.
Brad! Here they come!
Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Joe. The issue here is that Brad is already facing the barricade holding back the horde of zombies. Thus, Brad should not only have no need for a heed. Thus, Brad should not only have no need for a warning, but Jill has not forced him to expose his backside to the infected as he turns around to face her. This could have killed him. And this may have killed him. Anyway.
Look at this dude.
Is he checking heart or checking arms? Huh?
Move this man!
Don't think about it.
Side notes, during the editing process, or as the big shots like to say, in post-production, I couldn't help but notice that the audio seems out of sync in this cutscene.
Brad!
Joe says Brad about a half second too late.
Brad! Here they... Brad!
Come on!
Brad!
At first, I thought I was the culprit behind the erroneous thinking myself, but no, this is exactly how it is in-game, and I cannot unsee it. See, there's no way Joe can say Brad with her mouth beginning in the open position.
Football practice.
Brad!
This may seem like a nitpick, and that's because it is. But the beginning of Brad is pronounced with the lips closed. As such, Brad. Even if she said brr, brr.
Here they come!
Even if she said brr, brr, right before it, the syncing's still off. So let me just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There we go. Okay, this should do it. Let's see what we have now.
Brad! Here they come!
For comparison's sake, here's the original,
Brad! Here they come!
and here's my amateur edit.
Brad! Here they come!
This is much better, right? Right?
I don't care!
The editor still love sync though. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you. Bye.